Testing one. Test, test. Test, test, test.
Good morning. I'm Rochelle Riley. I'm Director of Arts and Culture for the City of Detroit. My office is, thank you very much. My office is called the Office of Arts, Culture, and Entrepreneurship. And it is so called because we celebrate the arts, we celebrate our culture and history, and we're trying to make sure that everyone in the city, in Southeast Michigan, and in our state knows how great our creative workforce is here in Detroit. We have some of the most talented people in the nation who work here all the time. And you will get to see some of that in many ways, but one of those ways today is Arts Alleys. We are announcing the second set of Arts Alleys that we are working on with federal funding from the American Rescue Plan Act. The first 5 we announced last fall. We are proud to announce the next 4 today. But before I tell you where they are, I want to bring up someone very special. You were expecting Deputy Mayor Todd Bettison. He unfortunately had an emergency and could not be here, but our new Deputy COO for the City of Detroit, Jessica Parker, is here to speak in his behalf. I'm so thrilled that she's with the city. I'm so thrilled that she's in this role, and I'd like to bring her to you now. Jessica Parker.
Good morning. Thank you. The City of Detroit is targeting blight in every neighborhood to create beautiful places for Detroiters that they can be proud of. For decades, alleys were forgotten places in our city that became havens for legal dumping and overgrowth. But now we are transitioning from blight to a city of beauty. In addition to the 2,000 alleys we are clearing, these art alleys will turn several of them into beautiful and unique gathering places for neighbors for years to come. I'm so excited to be here today with you to make this announcement and let the community know that this administration has taken this very seriously. We want to clean up the city. We want to be proud of our city, and we want everyone to know that live here and come to visit that Detroit is a place to be, and we are up and coming. This is a comeback for us, and we are starting with our alleys and our communities. So I just want to say thank you, and I hope you enjoy the day, and turn it back over to Rochelle Riley.
Thank you, Jessica. As I said, I am so thrilled that we're doing this project because what we're seeing now is, as you know, the mayor has cleaned up over 2,000 alleys across the city. So they're clean. But what we're doing is transforming 9 alleys into something bigger than that. They're going to be these amazing spaces that are, quite frankly, gathering spaces, which is what we've been calling them. But the neighbors and the stakeholders in those folks in those spaces will determine what they do. But the goal is to spur neighborhood revitalization, mitigate localized flooding, create opportunities for our creative workforce, that's all of our artists, and highlight neighborhood creativity. Neighborhoods are going to be able to tell their own stories, so people for decades and decades will know who was living where and what it was like. So without further ado, I want to tell you what our next 4 alleys are. And I'm going to start with where we are right now. This is the North End Alley. It's a partner alley anchored by the Oakland Avenue Urban Farm and the Oakland Avenue Artists Coalition. It is our first Agri-Arts Alley. And once the spring comes and you get to see what's happening over here, it's going to be green, it's going to be colorful, it's going to be beautiful. It has the Oakland Avenue Farmers Market, the North End Resource Center, the Oakland Avenue Cooperative Greenhouse, the Black Bottom Garden Center. There are 8 different spaces that are anchored on this alley, and people will be able to walk through from not just all over the neighborhood, but all over the city and from other places to see what's happening here. It's funded in part by the Knight Foundation, and I want to introduce the person who has been behind it all for so long, Jerry Ann Hebron.
Thank you, Rochelle. Welcome to Oakland Avenue Urban Farm, and welcome to the North End. And I want to say thank you for being here today. I am so excited, I can't contain myself. This has been a dream of our work for years to be able to bring more people into the North End and to hopefully spur development along our Oakland Avenue corridor. So we are very excited about the Agri-Art Alley work that is about to happen. Once again, we get approximately 5,000 people visiting this area annually. And since we're post-COVID now, hopefully that'll happen again. So I want to thank you. I'm looking forward to the partnership of working collaboratively with the community and the city on the development of this art alley. And I hope to see y'all this summer.
Thank you, Jerry Ann. Our next alley is the Bailey Park Alley. It is in the heart of the historic McDougall-Hunt neighborhood. It will build upon, well, yes, give them a big, let me tell you, it's one of the hardest working neighborhood associations in America. It will build upon work being done by the Bailey Park Neighborhood Development Corporation and the McDougall-Hunt Neighborhood Association. Longtime residents Katrina Watkins and this strong cadre of McDougall-Hunt residents have envisioned their alley as a part of a new community park that will be equal parts museum, art gallery, and front porch oral history. Ladies and gentlemen, Katrina Watkins. Woo!
Hello, everyone. Just really short, I am so excited to be a part of this alleyway arts project, working with the city. We started dreaming and visualizing about what we wanted for our neighborhood in 2017. So it's been a long ride, and we are just so excited to be a part of this project, and just really thankful for all the assistance and support that we have received from Rochelle Riley and the ACE Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrina. I'm so excited. You all should see the work that they've envisioned over in the McDougall-Hunt neighborhood. Our next alley, which is our most emotional alley, and they're all emotional, but this one's very special to us, is the Yellow Brick Road Alley. It's in Jefferson Chalmers. It is the 10-year dream of Detroit native Victoria Thomas and her neighbors who wanted a safe place for kids to learn African American history and ride their bikes after a young neighbor was killed in a tragic accident. The alley will feature history panels and murals and adjoin the Phyllis Wheatley Library, which operates out of a neighbor's backyard. I want to bring up Victoria Thomas.
I'd like to say good morning. I'd like to say good morning and thank you to the, good morning. And I'd like to say thank you to the city of Detroit. This has been a 10-year dream for the safety of our kids. It's sad that it had to come to losing really 2 kids, because the child that lost their life was 9 years old and the driver was 16 years old. So from that moment on, the dream it was to make a bike trail in the alley. And also we decided that while they was riding their bikes in the alley, that they learn about African American history. Because knowledge is a terrible thing to waste. Being educated is very important. And if our kids can learn where they come from, we can be that box of crayons and get along. And I'm sure they're gonna take it home so their parents can learn too. So I'd just like to say thank you, and I hope to see you all there very soon.
Thank you so much. The wind is telling us to hurry. So our last alley, last but not least, is the Akibalon Village Alley. It features the Burrell Trail in Northeast Detroit. It celebrates the organization that is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year. Woo! It was founded in 1978 to offer kids martial arts training, but has expanded to offer fitness, leadership training, visual and performing arts, homework assistance, youth entrepreneurship, training, and community service. The alley will adjoin a new community farmers market featuring fresh fruit, vegetables, and handmade goods by local artists. And the Burrell Trail honors Cortez and Cortez Burrell, two brothers and a Kibalon Village youth who died in a devastating house fire in 2015. I wrote about them in 2015, and we sent out that link to everyone, but if you do Rochelle Riley and Cortez, Q-U-A-R-T-E-Z, and Cortez, C-O-R-T-E-Z, Burrell, you can read that column I wrote about these two amazing, smart, funny kids. What they're doing over at Akibalon and revitalizing a neighborhood is what the mayor wants every neighborhood to undertake. What you see now and what you're going to see in maybe the next 5 years is going to be stunning. So I'd like to bring up the man who has worked tirelessly on this project forever, Mr. Marvis Cofield.
Thank you, Michelle. Job well done. Good morning. My name is Brother Marvis Kofi, and we are celebrating 45 years, and it's been some tears, but mostly cheers. We believe in rebuilding our neighborhood one brick, one building, one block at a time. Over there on Harper and Van Dyke area, it used to be called East Town. Now it's a village, a Kibalon Village, and we are going to make sure that we call it the 3 A's. A Kibalon Art Alley is going to be a safe place, a place where you can walk through that area and be able to have what we say one of the biggest villages, marketplaces in the city. And we need you, us, it takes a village. So on behalf of the Kibalon Village, as we celebrate 45 years, along with the city, and thanks to Rochelle and all of us, because if we don't do it, it won't get done. So give ourselves a big round of applause. And thank you again. What we say, one brick, one building, one block at a time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is awesome. I want to give you just a quick update on the first set of alleys, our Phase 1 alleys that are being built in the Old Redford, Schulze, Jefferson Chalmers, Northwest Goldberg, and Southwest Detroit neighborhoods. Construction on the Phase 1 alleys is expected to begin this summer. We're getting ready to issue the RFP for construction. A design firm for the Phase 2 alleys will be chosen this spring, hopefully next month. And I want to tell you the same thing I said when we announced these alleys in the first place. The COVID-19 pandemic showed us the importance of safe, accessible green spaces in our neighborhoods. We want to help communities create their own spaces for activities and enjoyment. I am so thrilled that the Mayor Mike Duggan, who truly believes in this Blight to Beauty campaign. Detroit is more beautiful now than it's ever been. When I got here 20 years ago, y'all know what it looked like. We are not that Detroit, and I tell people everywhere I go, we are not that Detroit. So if you haven't been here lately, you haven't been to Detroit. I'll take questions at this time. If not, we've got coffee, we've got cookies, we've got sandwiches, and just hang out or just take it to your car because it is cold. Did I see a question? No? No? Well, yes. It's in the press release that I will send back out to you, but we have, Jack, is it 5.4 or 5.6? $5.4 million from the American Rescue Plan Act funding pot. So all of those things that you're hearing about how the ARPA funds are being spent, that part is ours. We got that much. I'm going to repeat the question because Ryder was going by. How did we choose the alleys? The reason I wanted the stakeholders to talk to you directly is so you could hear the work they're doing. We chose alleys where the residents were already working. They were already creating spaces. They were already looking towards their alleys for something like this. And we hope to do more. I thought we'd get a couple. We got 5. That's going so well. We got 4 more, so now we have 9. I have proposals from people for like 6 more. If you are doing something more than just cleaning your alley and you envision it as something like this, when you look at this space, there are 8 installations and spaces off this alley. They have weddings here. They have this amazing conservation stuff here. They have the greenhouse. Over on the Manistee Alley in Jefferson Chalmers, they have a treehouse project and a butterfly garden, and they took a whole bunch of vacant lots and turned it into a park. So that's what we're looking for. Anybody who wants to participate in this project and you're already participating in your neighborhood, give me a call. Yes. Oh, I thought that was a question, but you're just saying, yay. Well, I'd like you to meet my team real quick. That's the last thing that must be done. So if I could ask them to stand. These are the folks who have been working on this and are going to continue to work on this right here at the, oh, I'm sorry. see if it's the mayor. If it's not, I'll hang up. No. So I'm going to start on this end. This is Lacey Holmes. Lacey Holmes is a project manager. Right now she's working just with murals, but our team is lean and mean, so she does everything. Kareem Schwar is on the alley team. He's responsible for numbers because as I've told you, for the whole 23 years I've been in Detroit as a columnist and now in this job, I have no math skills. So I really count on him to help weave our way through all of the city government functions that are necessary. Raquel Newell is our executive administrative assistant who does everything. And Jack Russo Jr. is the other Arts Alley project manager. He's going to be handling landscape design and overseeing the Arts Alley Fellows, which we are allowing each of the alleys to choose to help them with programming and to be their liaison to city government, so they don't have to call 9 people for anything. They'll have 1 person to call. Now I'm missing somebody. Oh, our graphic artist Lewis is not here. Lewis Bloom, his name is Anthony Lemitiere, but he is an artist who goes by the name Lewis Bloom, and he called me and said, would you write a recommendation for me to take this job in New York? And I said no, but you can come and work for me as a graphic artist and continue your art. So that's what he's doing. We have got to make sure that when we raise greatness, that we keep the greatness here. So that's what we're going to continue to do. So thanks to my team, thanks to our stakeholders. Please grab some coffee and cookies. We're out of here.